Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. This is Tracy and I'm back with another tutorial, and as you can tell by the title, we are going to be doing some baking. So no, this is not a cooking class. We will be doing some baking on our face, meaning we'll be using a new makeup technique called baking using a few of my favorite products. Baking is a makeup technique that involves loose powder and setting it on your face for 5 to 10 minutes before dusting it off. And that really helps to set your concealer, create a nice highlight. It looks amazing when you're going out, and it looks great in pictures. So I like to do this at night when I'm going out, but not day to day because I find it's a bit much. But it looks really, really good. So you won't need an oven, but you will need a few other things, and I'm gonna let you know what they are. So this is Ben Nye's Luxury powder. You've probably heard of this before. We'll be using a lot of this. I'm going to be setting my eyes in the beginning with a primer. I have Lancome's Genefique Yeux Light Pearl. Here I have a concealer that is way too light for my skin tone, but it's yellow toned and it's beautiful. You'll see how it works. And then one that's a little bit closer to my skin tone. This is Clinique's Honey 08. And I will be using a beauty blender. Mine is ugly and worn out and used, but I'm gonna use it anyways. And a powder brush, preferably a thinner one that can really reach underneath your eyes and get in those tiny crevices. Okay, so that's all the talking I'm gonna be doing. See you in a little bit. I'm going to start with Lancome Genefique's Eye Light Pearl Illuminating Youth Activating Concentrate. Wow, that's a mouthful. I'm going to take the roller ball and just roll it underneath my eyes. This is really going to help with puffiness or any under eye circles that you have. And really you're supposed to be using it on a regular basis. Next I'm using LA Girl's Pro Conceal HD Concealer in Yellow Corrector. And this yellow shade is really meant to cover up any under eye circles that you might have. I love to use this really heavily under my eyes, and I find that it covers up really well. So if you're my skin tone, this will work for you. And once I blend it out, you'll see that it's not as bad as you might think. Now when it comes to spreading, I like to use my fourth finger and drag the concealer out and tap it into my skin, just so you don't see a big yellow blotch underneath your eyes. You really want it to blend in with the rest of your skin color. So take your time and tap it in under both eyes. So now I'm using Clinique's All About Eyes Concealer in Honey 08, and yes, mine is almost done, so I'm struggling with it. I'm using my flat concealer brush and just painting down the lines under my eye. So I have these really prominent bags or circles, and a lot of people don't realize when you put on a concealer, it actually highlights those bags or circles. So I take a darker concealer and blend that out exactly where those bags are. Next I'm going to use Ben Nye's Luxury Banana Powder, and I'm going to pour an excessive amount into my cap, and I'm going to dip my beauty blender in it and tap lightly underneath my eyes. You want to use as much powder as possible and just spread it evenly underneath. Next, take the beauty blender and tap lightly over your chin. I wouldn't use as much here as underneath my eyes. And I never used to do this before, but I really like how the finished look looks, and I find that it really brings out my cheekbones. Okay, so once you're finished with all of this, get ready to leave it on for 5 to 10 minutes so it can really set into your skin. to take a fluffy powdered brush, mine is slightly angled, and you're just going to lightly dust the powder off of your face. Now you don't want to go too hard just so you can keep that highlight there, but if you don't want to have too much of a highlight, you can always dip your brush into your face powder and it'll look more natural and blended that way. When you're blending right above your chin, that's the area that you really want to buff out, just because you don't want to see a stripe there. Next, I'm taking my favorite contour powder, Guerlain's Terracotta in Ebony, and I'm just going to blend that into my cheekbone, and that's the finished look. Okay, so that was my tutorial. I really hope you enjoyed it, you learned something from it. Please comment below and let me know, how do you set your concealer? How do you highlight underneath your eyes? There's so many different techniques. I'd love to learn something more from you. Also, please subscribe, please like this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye!